everyone. I am worn out. So here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about unconscious bias and listening. Okay, so in February, it was my daughter's birthday, and I was able to get her a ticket to fly her out for my birthday. And I decided to do that early before I didn't have the ability to, which was a good idea. Um, and there's a lot of issues with the just a lot of issues with the breakdown of the family unit and my own issues parenting, and going through the brain injury and the first accident, which was alcohol related, the car accident, um, and the brain injury that had to deal with her. It screwed up her life, and she's got a lot of issues because of that. And what I want to talk about is when she's talking to me, I didn't realize she told me that even when she's talking about a subject that's with her, I tend to relate it to me and my experiences and take it very personally. And because of the past, I tend to feel judged. And I think a lot of that comes because I judge myself. Being a mom is so important to me. And every mistake, of course, if it's important to you, resounds in your mind. They are some of the mistakes that will eat at you the most, are the mistakes that hurt others. So as I realize this, and day 2, and I've already pissed her off extremely, I thought about it, and I'm like, what can I do? I can't change the past, and I can't change the mistakes I've made, and I want so badly to connect with her. I want to feel her, and I want to understand her and be better, a better human being. So what can I do? So I began to think of this. She went with her brother for the day, and I got back home, and I began to just ruminate on this and turn it over in my head. And I thought, what can I do? Since the past is gone and we're dealing with the present. So I got online and I saw a class, a free class on reflective listening. And I'm not the greatest listener. I hear, but any other noise can interrupt that, and I don't listen as well as I should. I don't take in what I need to listen to sometimes without thinking of a response or acting or taking it emotionally or personalizing it. I do that even with data sometimes when I'm looking at data sets or studies. And as I began and it was a short class, and as I began to go through this class and this little training course, I realized that this is what I needed, is a course on reflective listening, learning how to listen and not hear. And I knew this already, but I think these reminders are good, and especially when dealing with my adult children, because it's so easy, with the past being what it is and mistakes that have been made, to personalize that and maybe take their experiences as my own and not realize that they have a whole life that's their own, and their own experiences and their own feelings and their own emotions and their own way of looking at the world, and I too can learn from this. And I believe that one thing in the reflective listening course is it said, not only listen, but think about it. Take it in. And don't think you understand. Just listen. Give feedback. And I think that's so important. And recognize unconscious bias. And I think that was a big one, especially this morning. I think a lot of times that I myself believe in certain situations that I may not be biased, when of course I am. And that bias will take precedence. And I think in a mother-child relationship, there is definitely bias there. And I hadn't even really processed that or realized that there could be this bias towards personalizing the issues and not reflecting on what the other person was saying. And I thought this was so helpful to me to really understand that the bias of being a mother could hamper me in listening to what my now adult children are having to say and the experiences that they were trying to convey. And that these are not my experiences. These are the way that they have transcribed and they have put together their view of their life experiences. So it was definitely helpful, and I wanted to share this with everyone because I think that it is helpful. Oh, hi, Fermi. I'm doing great. It was a little, I couldn't believe that I made her mad that quickly. Woo. But it's been great, and it's a learning experience, and I try to take everything in and try to be better, and that's what I want to do. And I hadn't thought about the unconscious bias of being a parent that's just being a parent, and how I wouldn't recognize maybe that I was a little too close to it. And they are these adults with lives that, you know, their experiences have shaped, and they have very different experiences than myself. And this reflective listening it was definitely a very good reminder of where I needed to be. And I just wanted to share that with everyone as I progressed in my day. And tomorrow's my birthday. Tomorrow is my 40th, and I'm very excited about that. And I will probably post tomorrow as well. So everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.